On February 14th, 2021, on Valentine's Day, Progress 77, the designation we'll use going forward, launched to the ISS from Site 31 at the Baikonur Cosmodrome.
We have engine start and the second umbilical tower separation. Turbo pumps at flight speed and liftoff of the 77th Progress resupply vehicle for its 2-day, 33-orbit journey to the International Space Station.
After the standard 2-day rendezvous orbit, Progress 77 docked to the Pirs module. This would be the last docking to the 20-year-old module, as Progress 77 was designed to remove the Pirs to make way for the Nauka module. The Nauka model, or science in Russian, was initially planned to launch early in the ISS project in 2007. The Nauka was a similar design to the older Russian modules, both used at the ISS, Mir, Salyut, and TKS designs, the FGB. For a variety of both technical and nonsensical reasons, Nauka was delayed several times before finally getting the go-ahead. One of the changes that caused a delay was the necessary update of the propulsion system. Another, an overhaul of the navigation components. Finally, as the world was impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, the launch of Nauka slipped again to mid-2021. Also coming with the Nauka would be the European-designed robotic arm, a next-generation manipulator system that can grapple multiple places on the station, thereby greatly increasing its ability to move objects and facilitate spacewalks outside. After several more launch delays, by late July, Nauka and its Proton carrier rocket were finally cleared to launch. On July 21st, 2021, Nauka, tucked inside the fairings of the Proton booster, launched from Site 30 at the Baikonur Cosmodrome, headed for the ISS. While the launch was nominal, the transit, docking, and first days of Nauka's ISS tenure were anything but. Immediately after attaining orbit, controllers lost telemetry from Nauka and noted issues with the replaced propulsion system. Orbital maneuvers designed to place Nauka in the standard 2-day rendezvous orbit had to be delayed to assess these issues. 24 hours after launch, 2 burns increased confidence that the propulsion system would get Nauka to the station. 4 more burns would be needed to get Nauka back into the plane and into its proper rendezvous orbit. Aboard the station, the crew waited patiently for word that things were back on track. After receiving news that Nauka was go, they prepared to send off the Pirs, severing connections and closing hatches. The Pirs and Progress 77 undocked on July 26, 2021, the first ISS module to be removed and deorbited. A quick inspection of the now vacant Zvezda nadir port showed no debris, and it was ready for the arrival of Nauka. Given the issues Nauka had in orbit, and to make the docking procedure easier for the struggling module, the ISS was pitched up 90 degrees, making the formerly nadir port of Zvezda now a forward port. Like Progress and Soyuz vehicles, Nauka had 2 docking systems, the automatic KURS or KURS system, and the manual TORU system. The KURS system lost its lock on the ISS in the final stages of docking, forcing cosmonauts Novitsky and Dubrov to switch on the TORU and guide the module to the station by hand. After several complications, the module was docked to the station, and crew members and controllers breathed a sigh of relief. The issues, it seemed, were behind them. Or so they thought. However, after just a few hours docked to the station, a software glitch commanded the Nakua's problematic thrusters to fire, causing the entire station to rotate 1.5 revolutions before Nakua burned through its remaining propellant. It's important to keep in mind that this spin was slow, occurring over an hour-and-a-half long period of time, because the thrusters on the Nakua were designed for orbital flight, and therefore not as powerful as the engines we see on rocket boosters. During the spin, Nakua's control system was transferred to its docked mode, and the station was able to use its reaction control thrusters on the Zvezda aft port and the Progress that was docked to it to reorient the station back to its nominal attitude. The glitch and subsequent tumble of the station caused a delay of the second launch of the Boeing Starliner commercial crew vehicle, which itself had issues on launch a year earlier and never made it to the station. Starliner would eventually need to be destacked and returned to the factory after several valves failed to close as it sat on the pad. Additionally, further studies of the impact of the ISS glitch would have to be performed, and changes in attitude and orbital altitude will need to be conducted to accommodate the transfer of Soyuz MS-18 and the arrival of Soyuz MS-19. The next step will be to conduct spacewalks to outfit the European robotic arm to the module, and begin the work for which the module was named: science.